Pastoral work isn't really one that I believe should be an 8 to 5 job. When you're dealing with people, or you're shepherding people, when you're loving people, when you have a lot of people that you're caring for in a church, which I believe pastors are called to do, is care for those people in their body of believers there at that church. There's not really an 8 to 5. Some churches have office hours, but for a pastor, for an actual shepherd of a flock, there's not really a clock in, clock out time for that. You might get a call in the middle of the night for somebody that needs counsel on something, or something's gone wrong. There could be a time on a Saturday when you're not scheduled to be in that, you know what, someone needs your help, or you're just called to be around people a lot. And that's part of a pastor's job. And so when you talk about paying a pastor, I don't see it so much as we're paying you to do a certain job. In fact, what I heard from a guy recently, when something I was reading, I think it was Jeff Vanderstelt, that was saying,
that sounds like a good Dutch name.
Yeah. Anyway, I think he said it to this effect: that pastors aren't paid to do the job; they are freed up financially to do ministry. They're freed up from the burden of needing finances. Now, that doesn't mean that pastors should be rich in everything that they do. Wealth by wealth means, but that there's not a burden of I have to get paid so much money so I can do a job. It's that I'm freed up to not worry about doing another job or a side job in order to do the ministry that I'm called to do. I'm freed up to be available for all my people because my time is free. Now, there's a lot of good things to be said about bivocational pastors, or pastors that don't get paid at all to do ministry work. And those men are admirable. I look up to those men. And in our spot right now that we're in, the church is able to say, we want you to be freed up to do ministry, freed up from any kind of financial burden right now, as far as pay goes. And so I don't see it as the church pays me to do my job. I see it as a beautiful grace that they say, we want you to be available to pastor. And so let's take this off your plate so your family can be taken care of, so that your needs can be taken care of in this way, so that you can serve the church in the way that God's called you to do, without any kind of hindrance of worrying about any kind of pay, which is a huge blessing.